Hello everyone. Today I'll be discussing the program 2 of Computer Network Lab in part B, that is program for the distance vector algorithm to find the suitable path for transmission. And this is done by using C programming. C code is used. So as we have studied in the previous classes in the theory subject of the computer communication network about distance vector routing algorithm, I had discussed this concept. Here, main thing that you should know about the distance vector algorithm is it is used to find the best route. That means to find the suitable path for a transmission to route a packet from a source to the destination. It finds out the suitable path. Here, considering the node, each node creates its own least cost tree. And this least cost tree is nothing but consisting of the least cost path, which will have the information about its immediate neighbors. So, router continuously tells the neighbors by updating the information, and thus those incomplete trees will be exchanged and then till it becomes complete. And by using the Bellman-Ford equation, here the distance will be calculated, that is said to be the least distance. And here the distance vectors will be constructed and by exchanging these distance vectors will give the least cost to the destination. So this is about the distance vector algorithm, which is just a glance what is that we have studied in the theory. Now here in the program what we do is, this is done to understand how to find the shortest path from a source to destination. Now let us glance once again back. This distance vector routing, the first thing is each node, you can see in the below diagram here A, B, C, D, there are 5 nodes. So each node creates its own least cost tree by having the information of the immediate neighbors. Only the immediate neighbors' distances will be seen. The incomplete trees are later exchanged between the immediate neighbors and then the tree is made complete. So here the router continuously tells the neighbors and updates the information. So here to find the shortest path, distance vector algorithm, it is based on Bellman-Ford algorithm. This is also was discussed in the theory concepts. So this is very important. Routers that use this Bellman-Ford algorithm have to have a distance vector or a distance table which tell the distances and also the shortest path to the sending packets to each node in the network. So this example was considered earlier in theory. If you consider this as a tree A, B, C, D, F, G, and this is the corresponding distance vector considering A as a root node. We can have a distance vector considering A, B, C, D, E, F, G as a root node. From that root node to each and every node, the distances will be written. That is what the distance vector is. From A to A, however, it is 0. A to B, A to C, A to D, A to E, A to F, A to G. All the distances are calculated. So this is the distance vector which is obtained at the end after we apply the algorithm. And this is by considering the Bellman-Ford algorithm also. Initially, the table will have only the immediate neighbor cost will be updated. So it is A to A to B, A to D. Only so much will be updated. C, E, F, G will be infinity or with the largest value. So distance vector is a one-dimensional array to represent the least cost tree. Here name of the distance vector is the route and indexes are the destinations. And the value that we write it inside the distance vectors are the least cost from the route to the destination. So here the distance vector tells only the least cost to the destination. Now, one more starting assumption in the distance vector routing is that each node knows the cost of the link of each of its directly connected neighbors, and then every node sends a configured message to its directly connected neighbors, and then every node learns and updates the distance table with the cost and the next hops, and repeat exchanging until no more information between the neighbors. That is what happens. Now, here in the case of this figure, whichever is shown here in the manual, so this is an example which is considered here, which consists of 5 nodes, A, B, C, D, E, you can see here. So distance from A to A is 0, A to B is 1, A to C is given 5, A to E and A to D are directly not reachable at the first step. So what is done is, it is said to be the least cost that we write, or it is said to be a cost matrix, or the initial distance vector matrix that we fill. Here you can see that it is with, if the nodes are 5, that matrix will be a 5 cross 5 matrix. So with respect to all, here the entries are made A, B, C, D, E. So first entry I, it will be A to A, then it is A to B, A to C, A to D, A to E. So you can see that A to D and A to E in this cost matrix here, it is written as 100, 100, which means it is infinite, which cannot be directly connected. Later, by applying the Bellman-Ford equation, we consider that intermediate node, and then we find out the distance to it by having the intermediate node in between, and then we update it. So finally all the distances will be traced. That is what the Bellman-Ford algorithm is. Similarly, considering here second row, you can see that it will be the distance from B. First one is from B to A, 1. Second is B to B, so 0. B to C, it is 3. B to D is not directly connected, so 100. B to E is 9. Similarly, C, D, E. This is how the cost matrix is written. That is the first step. And then with respect to the node, the cost matrix, the distances are written here. What is the distance from each and every node? And then after Bellman-Ford equation is applied, those distances are updated. So here node 0 via 0, node 1 via 1, node 2 via 2. In that way the distances are updated, and then Bellman-Ford equation is applied, and then we update the information. So let us discuss about the result part later. This was just the introduction I told. Now let us see the code. So in the C programming, first, as we have seen, library files are included, standard input output. Then a structure is defined. So here this will be for the node, considering the root nodes here, dist and from. These are the two variables to which we want the information. So these are defined initially in the struct, which is of the type structure. Next is the program execution. First, the variables are defined. One is the cost matrix, which is a two-dimensional array matrix. Then we have a source, destination. Then we have nodes I, J, K, and the counters initialized to 0. First, enter the number of nodes. Number of nodes are entered. So here the number of nodes are 5. So the nodes will be entered with 5. Later this will be used in the loops as a variable, as something like a delimiter. Like we check if the value is less than nodes. Only till then the calculations are made, something like that. So first enter the number of nodes. It will be stored nodes equal to 5. Now enter the cost matrix. This cost matrix is a user input based on the structure we do. As such, in the lab we cannot draw this. We have to enter the data. That we do it by giving the values in a matrix kind, which is a 5 cross 5 matrix here. So I and J values starting from 0 till 4 less than nodes. So node is 5. So it will be from cos matrix 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4 till it is 4, 0, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4. That is how the matrix is written. So what is done here is, in the cos matrix, this is the figure and using which the cos matrix is written, and this is a user input. Instead of drawing the figure, we write the cos matrix with the same values. So A to A to B. A is considered 0th node. Then we have B is 1, C is 2, D is 3, E is 4. So with respect to I values and J values, this table is updated. So first is 0, A to B is 1, then A to C is 5, A to D and A to E are not reachable, so 100, 100. In that way, the full table is written. So this is a user input. Just because we cannot draw the network in the program to give user input, we enter this cos matrix. Next, always A to A, B to B, C to C, D to E, E to E will be zeros. That means it is a cos matrix of I to I. So you can see that cos mat of I, when both the indexes are same, that means 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, that value will be 0. That means distance from that node to that same node will be 0 itself. Next, of the structure, root of I. First we do it, I value will be kept as 0 itself, and the inner loop is incremented till 4. So J will be from 0 till 4. Once J goes till 4, then it comes out of the inner loop. Once again I is incremented to 1. Once again J will be made from 0 to 4. Next I is incremented to 2. J is made from 0 to 4. Then I is made 3. J is incremented from 0 to 4. Then it is made I as 4. J is incremented from 0 to 4. That is how the table will be written. So RTI dot dist of J. So RTI, I is nothing but a 0 first. So root 0 dot dist of 0 is cost mat of 0, 0, first one. That is the first entry which will be stored in that structure which is named as dist, and it is accessed by using the dot operator. So dist and from, these are two structures which will be variables of the structure which will store the values of each and every distances. So with respect to the root node, first A, distance to A, B, C, D. Similarly, from, with respect to root A, from 0, from 1, from 2, from 3, from 4, that value will be stored. So for the dist, it will be the same value as we write in the cos matrix, and from will be that same value, from 0, that means 0, from 1, that will be 1, it will be stored. That will be used to print those statements from this distance. This is the distance from this node. These values will be, or these datas will be used. So there is a dist and there is a from. So which will be updated for A, B, C, D, E. So altogether we'll have all the 5 node information will be updated with respect to each and every node. That is nothing but the first step. Here, if it is directly connected, it will be entered as the same value. If not, it will be entered as 100. And next, what is done? Now I0, I less than nodes. For node, first node 0. That means 0, always 0 is a node now. And J is considered 0 to J less than nodes. First what we print is, this is just the printing step. You can see that for node 0, the distances are printed. It is, once we enter the cos matrix, that the same is made visible now. What is done is, node percentage D, there are 3 percentage Ds which are taken respectively from, first percentage D takes the value from J, second takes from dist J. No, first takes from J, second takes from J, third takes from dist J. So node first is j, 0. So node 0 via from j. So from j first value was 0 itself. So 0, this j also value was 0. That means first entry of that cost matrix, it was 0, 0, entry was 0. It was from distance from A to A. So it will be displayed same, node 0 via 0 is the distance 0. Next, if it is not directly connected, then here it is entered as 0, because here if it is not directly connected, dist of that particular node, here you can see that it takes the cost matrix values. In case if we have entered it as 100, it takes it as 100. If in case if we entered it as 0, it takes it as 0. Okay. Respectively, which means it cannot be connected directly. That is what is done. Similarly, this will be displayed for node 1. Similarly, it will be displayed for node 2, node 3, node 4. This is same as the cost matrix which was constructed earlier, which is same as that of the figure, where we write that from this node via this is a distance. Node 1 via 1 distance is 9. Node 2 via 2 distance is 0. For example, consider now node 4. For the node 4, A0, B1, C2, D3, E is 4. You can see that from node 4, we have for 1 it is 9 and 3 it is 2. 1, 9, 3, 2. So you can see that 1 it is 9, 3 it is 2. Rest are written 0, which means which are not directly connected. You can see here only B and D are directly connected. So that is what is entered. Rest are zeros or 100 or infinite, which means there is no direct connection. Now, to find out those intermediate values, what is done is we applied that Bell-Manford equation. In the theory you had seen, Bell-Manford equation considers the path using the intermediate node. For example, from A to B there is no direct path. Then it looks at the immediate neighbor from A, and by using which it reaches that destination. For example, here now I, J and K. It considers now 3 nodes. Till now we had seen the distance from I to J. Now distance from I to J using an intermediate node K. That is what is the Bell-Manford equation. So what is done? Only this is the condition that we have to remember. If with respect to here there are 3 loops, so always the inner loop will be incremented till less than nodes. Once it comes out, J will be incremented by 1. Once again K is made till the nodes. J is incremented once again by 1. Like that it continues. So this will be a process which will be run from each and every node. So this will be 5 times when it is 1. So this can go 5 times. So 5 into 5, 25 times. Then once again this can go so many times, 5 times. So 25 into 5 times. So altogether around 125 times. So many times this will be run. So this is a loop. So if RT of I dot dist of J will be 0, I will also be 0. 0 to 0 distance is C. If it is greater than any other intermediate node, then that distance itself will be assigned to this. But however it is 0, so it will be retained as it is. Now consider any other distance from the node. For example, consider here RT of I dot dist of 1. Dist of 1 also, this distance itself is smallest. So this distance is not greater than any other, so it will not be updated. In case if it is greater, it will be discarded and the least is stored. That is what is done. Similarly, it will see from 0 to 3. 0 to 2. Even 5 itself is the shortest. Then it will check from 0 to 3. So it is A to D. To check from 0 to 3, what it does is, now already entered data is 100. So in case if this value, 100 is greater, so which has to be discarded. So what is done here is, it finds out the intermediate node. So here we can consider the intermediate node as C. We can consider from A to reach D is C as the intermediate node for the first step. When we consider C as the intermediate node, the 100 gets replaced with 9 value. Similarly, once again it will be replaced with respect to A to B, B to C, C to D also. It will become 8 and finally it will be updated. So it will be run 125 times. By that time it will be updated. Now for the time being it will be 5 plus 4, 9. So that value will be updated, and also the from information. So 0 till that 3 will be the value from K. So it will be updated as from 3, whichever was from 3, it gets updated as from K, which will the intermediate node, and the count value will be incremented. Count was 0 initially, and this will be done so many times till full table gets updated. So you can see at the end, the updating table, once it is updated, you will have these values. For a node A, node 3 and node 4 was 100 there, or it was infinity. It gets updated with 8 and 10. Let us see here. So from here A to D, it is 8, 1 plus 3 plus 4. Similarly A to E, it is 9 plus 1, 10. So this is how directly it was initially not connected. Now using an intermediate node, Bellman-Ford algorithm, it finds out the least path. So A to E was 100, which was greater. So using an intermediate node as B, it takes kth node. It checks with A, then B, then C, then D. Whichever is smallest, that will be reached. So that value will be updated. After updation, once again J from dist will be displayed. That is what the distance vector algorithm is. So just you have to remember about the Bellman-Ford algorithm and how it is applied. That is, you have to remember about if RT of I dot dist J is greater than I dot dist K plus K dot dist J, then we'll get I dot dist as that same value, which is the least. And also from value will be updated. And here remember, these are not zeros. You can enter these as 100, because we will be entering the data here as 100. Those are the distances. Next, the learning outcome here is the knowledge of router's operation to find the shortest path to the destination is known, and the shortest path is computed using the distance vector algorithm. So this is very important algorithm from the theory point of view, also from the lab point of view. Just you need to know, using a intermediate node for a common human eye, however, it is very easy to find out what is the least path. Just you have to add it up. That same is done using the Bellman-Ford algorithm. It finds out from each and every node by incrementing the K value, checks with all. If there is no direct path, is there a path using an intermediate node? It can be one intermediate node, or it can be two intermediate nodes, three intermediate nodes. In that way it continues, and finally we arrive at the result. So this is the distance vector algorithm, which is very important. Study the program, go through the program properly, understand each and every instruction, how to represent a structure, how to access it using a dot operator, about the loops, how the loops work, the outer loop, inner loop, inner loop. Inner loop will be made incremented till that delimit, then the second uppermost will be incremented, then the third one. So this is how the loop works. Know the working of the loop as you have studied in the lower semesters and also in your programming subjects, and also know about what is Bellman-Ford algorithm and how the distance vector router is distance vector algorithm works, and also consider an example and how do we write a cost matrix, so which is the user input given, and rest all the data after updation you'll get the data with the updated distance vector. So you will get the required result. That is what will be done in the lab. So in this 3 hours of the lab session, first go through the distance vector routing algorithm theory, know about Bell-Manford algorithm, how the distance vectors are constructed for the network, and also go through the coding part and execute it. Thank you.